Hey guys, this is krtacticalsolutions.com. You can find us on YouTube. It's KR Tactical Solutions. This is Alberto. My name is Brad King. Today we're going to work on a little bit of judo. Judo is very important for self-defense because judo is a sport where you can use someone's weight and flip them and turn them. In close quarters combat, it's very advantageous to be able to grab your opponent and use his body weight and his center of gravity against him. Push, pull. So it's very, very important to learn judo in any actual self-defense scenarios where the attacker is very close to you, has a hold of you, is grabbing you. Small women compete in judo and win judo championships around the world. Open weight, men who are 300 pounds lose against small women in judo because judo is all about taking someone's body weight and using it against them. So we're going to show you a few moves here when we spar, and then at a later date we'll go ahead and go over the basics of judo and everything you need to know.
And like he said, you can use it day to day. Women, even if you're 120, 130, 140 pounds, in a bar, restaurant, like he was saying, we're going to start showing examples where the attacker comes to you and you can use that momentum to get him down. And you'll be surprised. When I started to practice judo, and I told him the guy, so what is good for? He's like, okay, try to grab me. And then I went towards him, and he just grabbed me and tossed me on the ground. And I was like, whoa. So anybody can use that. So
Exactly.
hopefully this video is good, and then we're gonna start, all right? We're not just pause it. It's continue recording. It's gonna record for 10 minutes, so I can cut it off. Perfect. So
So we'll do a round.
you wanna? I'm new to this, so maybe we could do this
Okay.
on this.
So with judo,
So let's talk about after them, and then we can.
okay, perfect. So we're starting our judo round. It's going to be about 3 minutes. So we'll be explaining what we're doing while we're doing this round of judo.
I'm gonna pretend I don't know anything. So
So with judo, it's a lot like Greco-Roman wrestling. What you want to have is usually people wear gis. We're not wearing gi right now, so I grab him by the arm and by the lapel with judo, and I'm trying to move him, step behind him, and put him on the ground somehow. A lot like tango, right? It looks a lot like dancing, but it's not choreographed at all. Your hips are a lot of your center of gravity. So if I get close to someone and I bump up against their hips, it's a lot easier for me to pick them up. If I'm above their center of gravity, I'm going to be dragging. If I'm below the center of gravity, I can use mine to lift them up and take them wherever I want to go. Same thing for a hip toss, shoulder toss, any kind of judo moves that you're going to want to do. It's all about center of gravity, push, pull. So if I push against an opponent, his natural reaction is going to be to push toward me.
yeah,
So
because I'm
he's-
losing the balance,
He's
so I
losing
want to
his
go
balance.
forward.
He wants to go forward. As soon as he moves forward, I grab him this way and throw him down. So that's what judo is about. Judo is all about push, pull, getting your opponent off balance, and getting them on the ground.
As you see, weight is not too much of an issue if you grab them from the center of balance. We're about 180 to 200 pounds, so if you have someone on your same kind of weight, even if I was 250, he could still take me. So imagine you're at the bar, this big guy comes, and I'm gonna come towards you, and I'm just gonna say, dude, I'm just gonna fake it. So hey,
I
dude.
get inside.
So I'm about to hit him.
I'm all inside here. I shift my hips up.
And so
toss him.
he didn't give me a chance to. I'm thinking I'm a big guy and he doesn't know anything, right? So that's what I was going to say. Grab him, and even in a quarter second, he already had me down. So that's the advantage if you're a lady or a guy who doesn't weight as much. You went forward. You want to show
Yeah.
that? We're going to do it in slow motion. Let's get closer. So
So Alberto had his hand up here. What I did was I slid inside.
grab him.
I
and
had-
toss, hit him.
My shoulder underneath his shoulder. My hips are underneath his hips. Now all I have to do is shift into position, lift him up, and throw. Very easy.
So that's a very, very good trick. You want to show another one, or you want to start kind of like a regular street fight, maybe?
Right. So we'll do like a regular street fight. We'll do some jostling and some struggling, and then we'll show you where judo comes into play. All right. So grab him, turn him to move here. See how he hooked my leg here? It's a very good move. From here, he can move inside with his hips. Now he has me. All he has to do is pick me up.
Pick, and then I toss him.
And when you do that, if you have these two hands beneath someone here, just lift it all the way to your head. Just try to lift it all the way up to the sky. They will flip, and then you can take advantage of them being on the ground.
All right, guys. So we're gonna do a little bit of judo and techniques.
Right. So some of the judo techniques that we learned were the push-pull technique, where you push your opponent and then you pull them into an attack and make their body force, because if you push them, they're going to be going forward, and you can pull them right into anything you want. You can pull them into an elbow, push, pull into an elbow, you can push, pull into a knee, or you can push, pull into a hip toss.
So you get those three choices, and if the opponent is going fast,
Running
coming in fast,
catch them underneath them,
use the momentum.
toss.
So yes, you use the momentum, and unless the guy is coming a little easy on you, that's when you can grab and do the...
Right, and then push, pull them into the elbow, push, pull them into a hip toss, anything you really want. This also works for people who are not as big as their opponent, because their opponent is going to use their force and you use your opponent's force against them. Much like Aikido, much like a lot of martial arts, but judo really does this better than anyone.
Yes.
So there's a lot of different techniques that you can use from a lot of different martial arts that will really help you in any kind of sparring that you find yourself in. Sumo, judo, they help you with balance. They help you with getting your opponents off balance and using your opponent's forces against them. Boxing obviously helps you with striking, with dodging punches. Muay Thai is universal. It helps you with kicks, punches, conditioning, getting kicked, getting punched, looking for everything, defense. So aside from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is mostly ground game, and we haven't covered that yet, that'll be in a different
We'll do another video.
We're going to definitely cover all of the martial arts that you will need for your MMA repertoire. So if you continue to watch our videos, continue to train the things, and take our advice, you'd be a well-rounded MMA fighter.
Yes, so we're gonna do a little by little. I'm playing more like just a person who doesn't know, and that he can use me as a body. Eventually, I'll start showing a little bit of myself, but I'm more like example, and playing that I don't know, that because you're gonna encounter that person that they don't know. Unless the person knows martial arts, you're pretty much gonna have a good fight, and you shouldn't be starting a fight unless it's for competition, because if he knows something and is better than you, you might not want to start fighting. Exactly. On the sumo, it's really good that you have a lot of workout. You're gonna be good at stamina, like endurance. You're gonna be working out for hours. We did only 3 minutes, and it gets you exhausted. Even if you're strong, unless you've been doing it for maybe 15, 20 years, and continuously, then you're able to handle more matches, maybe 3 or 4, because it's actually energy demanding.
Right.
If you fall ground on the wrong foot, you can. We try to go easy. We can't really do it for real, because I'll be breaking my legs. He hit his on the back.
I pinched a nerve in my butt, and my glute muscle sends pain all the way down your legs. So you gotta watch out for that. You gotta make sure you stretch and stuff. It's very important.
Correct. The warm up, 10-15 minutes, and the cool down 10-15 minutes. We were doing it on the grass. It gives up a little bit unless you have like a really, really thick grass, which we kind of letting that grow. But eventually we get mats that are really thick, and then that way we can do a more realistic match.
Right.
On judo, you want to keep your balance. The lower center of gravity that you are continuously, the hardest for your opponent. If I'm standing here, he can easily take me.
Right. So
you have to stay low and try to grab him and immediately do your trick. Don't wait till he's gonna play with you, because there was a part that he grabbed me and he took me really fast. And I also went so quick that he just tossed me.
Step out of the way.
I wasn't expecting it. I mean, unless you have your train of thought and that you're doing the sumo or the judo or the kickboxing or the boxing, then you're gonna forget. You have to put yourself, I'm gonna do judo for an hour. I'm gonna do judo today. You have to let that go, because we're doing different things today. So I tend to forget. You see, when you start doing so many martial arts and many types of training, or you have a busy mind, somebody's waiting for you, you forget. So forget about that you have an appointment. I mean, we'll put a reminder in your phone, listen to your phone, but you have to concentrate. You have to focus on that martial art that you're doing.
And that's one of the reasons that people love martial arts, is that when you're in the ring, when you're fighting, when you're sparring, when everything else is down, you don't think about anything else but not getting hit, surviving, attacking the opponent, winning the fight, seeing if you can try out that new move, seeing what he's going to do when you jab, trying to get him to jab at you so that you can counterpunch. Everything else in the world goes away and you're only focused on that one thing. So it's very therapeutic. Fighting is very therapeutic. People don't see it. People think it's just a bunch of big dumb lugs swinging at each other and getting hit.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's chess. It's 4D chess, and it's physical. So it's physically demanding, it's mentally demanding, but at the same time it's therapeutic and it's spiritual in a way that dumb people use spiritual, like it helps me with my serotonin and my dopamine, so it's spiritual. Something like that type of spiritual, not like any sort of weird ghosts.
Yes, correct. Anyway, but there's different things that you can do, besides your hobby. I do meditations, I have other hobbies. I work out daily, twice. I'm really, really tired, so bear with us. We're incorporating many things. We have a full 7-day week, and we're always, tired. So we will try to do the best 1, 2, 3 matches. And like I said, it's energy demanding, so you're not going to see as much as training, but the few videos that we're going to do, we're going to try to do our best. So you see good content. And of course, there's other websites, but we'll try to bring you as much information as we can. That way you get the advantage of the self-defense.
Right.
And that helps anybody. Anybody should know that. You don't have to wait till you're 30, 40, 50 to start doing this. God forbid, there's a chance and you get attacked. But if you knew martial arts, and the person doesn't have a knife or a gun, or even if he has a knife or a gun, you might be able to make it. There are some situations that people don't make it. And if you didn't know this martial arts or you didn't know anything, then you pretty much are a prey, and it'll be the end of your days. So why not put this knowledge where the attacker may have a knife or a gun, but you're so good and you did it every day for a year or two that once he gets distracted, you get the knife or you get the gun and you save your partner, your family. So see it as different things, training, therapeutic, and self-defense. So this is very important.
Right. And also stay tuned, because later on we're going to have some videos of full contact fighting. That's me, Alberto, maybe some other people, fully contact fighting, maybe boxing, maybe kickboxing, maybe a few matches of each. So stay tuned. You're going to see some hard hits. You might see Alberto knock me out a few times. It's going to get fun.
Good. And on the other videos, we're going to start kind of maybe summarizing the techniques. And this was more like an intro, so you get to know us doing this. This is the first time we're doing this on the video. And but of course we've trained before, but we'll start bringing techniques so you're getting used to those techniques, and we're going to mention them. I'm doing this technique and then move. I'm doing this other technique, and you can write them down or move.
Right, or actually we can put all of the links in the description below. So you'll be able to, anything we talk about or anything we think is important that we'll talk about, we'll add some Wikipedia links and stuff like that so you can do your own research in the description.
Okay, hope you like the video, guys. If you haven't subscribed and see this our channel, please subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Take care, guys.